We all love the MCU, but it's not a perfect franchise. There have been times when they've been set up for certain moments, but for one reason or another they couldn't follow through, and some opportunities that have been displayed have been taken away before the franchise could capitalize on them. So let's look at the 10 biggest opportunities in the MCU. Before we get further, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified of our latest videos. Alright, let's jump into it. At number 10, Spider-Man and Deadpool. Kevin Feige now has access to the X-Men, Fantastic Four, and Deadpool as part of the MCU after years of waiting and longing. With Spidey allegedly returning to Sony without input from Marvel Studios, any chances of seeing Peter Parker and Wade Wilson share the spotlight on the big screen or Disney Plus have faded. Though bringing the two together would have been difficult practically, given that Spider-Man is one of Marvel's more family-friendly characters, and Deadpool, this team-up might have been awesome. At number 9, Hulk vs. Thanos round. Isn't it true that the Hulk would seek revenge on Thanos in Endgame? Nope. Instead, while Smart Hulk has a significant part to play, it isn't the rematch that everyone was hoping to see. After startling everyone back to reality, Hulk is injured and unable to participate in the climactic battle. Hulk would have been able to go crazy against the Mad Titan and some of his army's biggest and baddest, if someone like Nebula had sacrificed herself with Snap, completing her bad to good arc once and for all. After all, isn't seeing the Hulk demolished the reason we adore him so much? At number 8, few crossovers in Phase 2. Earth's Mightiest Heroes finally made their movie debut in 2012's The Avengers. The 4-year wait was well worth it to finally see Earth's Mightiest Heroes fighting side by side. Phase 2, on the other hand, might have been a lot more enjoyable. Why hasn't Bruce Banner appeared in Iron Man 3 to assist Tony in his struggle against the Mandarin? Why did Thor enlist the aid of one of his fellow Avengers in the struggle against Malekith, who was on the point of demolishing the universe? Throughout Phase 2, there was numerous opportunities for crossovers. At number 7, Miles Morales. Miles Morales was presented to mainstream film for the first time with the release of Into the Spider-Verse, and he proved to be a lovable figure. For a long time, fans have been asking for Miles to make his MCU debut, but with Sony and Marvel Studios, it appeared impossible. A live-action Spider-Verse film based on the Marvel Cinematic Universe with Tom Holland's Peter teaming up with Miles would have been one of the centerpieces of Phase 5 or beyond. At number 6, Peter Quill's Homecoming. Peter Quill has become one of the most popular characters in the entire MCU. Fans were heartbroken when Thanos snatched the Guardians' leader away, despite him losing his cool when the gauntlet was almost off Thanos' hand. Quill was a child when Yondu abducted him from Earth, and he grew up without a proper home, instead of wandering space with the Ravagers, never returning to his birthplace. A lot was going on at the time of the conflict, with hundreds of others joining the fight, but it would have been good to see the focus on the Guardians' Homecoming. At number 5, Nebula's Revenge. While Nebula went on to follow in her father's footsteps, in his quest to conquer the universe, she still had that moment of redemption and retribution. Her journey from Gamora's enemies and her first appearance to Hero in Endgame has led her to be a fully fledged member of the Guardians team, but perhaps a more fitting ending would have been for Nebula to make the sacrifice and snap everyone back to the world instead of Hulk. Not only would this have given her the long-awaited personal payback against Thanos, but it also would have prevented the Hulk from being severely damaged. At number 4, killing Hawkeye. Hawkeye is a fascinating character. It's just that his death would have had a bigger impact on the MCU overall. Hawkeye developed a greater bond with the Avengers and fans than Quicksilver ever did. Scarlet Witch is the only one who has ever been impacted by the latter's death, and she even appears to be over it due to Civil War. Hawkeye's death, on the other hand, would have shattered the team. At number 3, pulling punches in Civil War. In Captain America Civil War, the entire film hinges on the airport sequence, and the lack of stakes hurt it overall. The chase sequence between Black Panther, Bucky, and Cap, as well as the end fight between Bucky, Cap, and Iron Man, hold much more weight because the stakes are raised. T'Challa and Tony are trying to kill Bucky, and Bucky and Cap are doing everything they can to stop them. The airport battle needed more of the same. Raising the stakes via some of the personal loss itself would have heightened emotions and made for a more compelling battle. At number 2, Tony and Steve's friendship. I'm sorry, Tony. You know I wouldn't do this if I had any other choice, but he's my friend. To which Tony replies, so was I. Downey's delivery of this line was flawless, and the fight between the two was heartbreaking. This was a bit of a cheat because the two never really had a friendship to begin with. They weren't exactly friends. Anytime they shared a scene, they seemed irritated with each other. While Marvel gets points for sowing the seeds of discord early on, they lose points for failing to foster a closer friendship between those two characters. And at number 1, waiting so long to make a Black Widow solo movie. Fans asked for Natasha Romanoff, or Black Widow, to get her standalone film for a long time. It's crazy that she just got one, and it's the MCU's largest missed opportunity for a long time. Rather than introducing Black Widow in Iron Man 2, Marvel should have given her a Phase 1 film, as they did with every other member of the Avengers except Hawkeye. An initial team-up between the two longtime colleagues would have sufficed. Well guys, that's it for this one. What'd you think about it? Let us know in the comments below. If you're new to our channel, be sure to sub and ring that bell to get notified about our latest videos. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.